Hi guys, and welcome to another Divi Theme video. This is Jamie from System 22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Oh, we've got a little underline animation for you today. We've got some titles here. When I hover over, we're going to have a little underline appear underneath them. People are mousing around your site. That's going to get their attention. Nice little effect. We've got to do a little bit of coding for this today, but any code I write today I'll put down below. So don't let that put you off. Let's get started. I'm going to enable the Visual Builder. And let's go down to where we want to work. I've got a section here. Inside the section I've got a row with 3 columns in it. That's where I've got my titles. I'm going to add a new row. I'm going to make it 3 columns, the same as my one above. And let's just delete this above row here. Great. So I'm going to add a little text module just for a title. Divi comes as standard with all the light grey modules. The blue ones you see there are from a free plugin called Divi Supreme Light, which is awesome, but we're not using that one today. I'm just going to pop in a regular Divi Text Module and put in whatever you want to make your title say. Regular text module here, so I'm going to select that and we'll make it into a title by left clicking on the paragraph up here. Let's make it into a heading 2. That's fine. And let's just go ahead and decorate it a little bit. You can either go to the design tab and headings, or you can hover over the underline here, hit the little blue button with the paintbrush on it. It'll take you straight to it. Okay. Divi as usual comes with a crazy amount of fonts. There really is a huge amount. If you want to audition one, simply go in there, roll over it. It'll give you an example of that font. I'm going to stick to the default for mine today. I am going to make it a little heavier. Let's make it semi-bold perhaps. I'm going to capitalize it. And I'm going to make it blue. And I'm going to pop it into the middle. Okay, what I want to do is create that little effect you saw just now. So we've got a little underline here that only appears when we hover over the writing. And to do that, like I say, we've got to write some custom code. So I'm going to go over to my Advanced tab here, and I'm going to give this a CSS class. It would also work with an ID. We're going to use a class today, and I'm going to give it the class of, let's say, ULine. You can call yours what you want, but it wants to be unique, and it wants to kind of mean something to you. That's kind of my shorthand for underline. We can save that. Now we've done that, we can target this specific thing with some CSS. Now to do this today, we need to go down to our dashboard. So let's save our page changes here and exit the Visual Builder. And to write the code, we're going to use our additional CSS panel. To do that, go down to your dashboard. Once at the dashboard, you can go down to Appearance and Customize. I'm going to temporarily set my page we're working on as the home page purely so you can see what's going on. You don't need to do this. There it is down there. As you can see, we've got our page over here now. Let's go back to our theme customizer down to the additional CSS panel. Here's the code I wrote before. Let's just delete that and we'll start from scratch. I'll move the other code out of the way so it's not confusing. Okay, it's always a good idea to give your code a title. To do that, just click /*/. In between the 2 stars, you can write your title. It won't be read as code. So I'm going to say underline effect. Or whatever makes sense to you. Okay, well we've given this the class of ULine, so let's go down. All classes have to have a dot or period in front of them, so it's dot ULine. Now I want this to appear in as a pseudo element, so I'm going to put mine in the actual after. So I'm going to put colon after, and then we can open and close some curly brackets. We'll split them up, and in between we can start writing our code. Well, we want a little line there, and anything we put in there is content. So I'm going to say content colon. I'm just going to open a couple of inverted commas to tell it that we're going to put something there. Now I'm going to put a little semicolon on the end. And I want it to be in the same position within that element all the time. So I'm going to say position, absolute. And don't forget this code's down below for anybody that just wants to copy and paste it. Okay, where do we want it? Well, I want it on the bottom here, and I want it to start really about halfway along. So let's do that. And we'll say bottom 0, right at the bottom. And I'm going to say left perhaps 50%. That way it's going to be in the bottom and it's going to start round about the 50% mark. Now when we initially start off, I don't want to see it at all, so I'm going to say give it no width whatsoever. I'll say width 0. And then when we create the hover state in a minute, we'll give it a longer width and it'll sort of shoot in from nothing. And I want mine to be about 3 pixels tall, and I want it to be the same color as our blue that we've got going on there. So let's say height 3 pixels. I know you can't see anything. If I actually give this a width, let's say give it 150 pixels. I'll change this back in a minute. I'm just going to do that so you can see what's going on once I put the color on. Height 3 pixels. And let's give it background color. Well, I want that blue. Like I said, I've got a free color picker up here, Chrome color picker. I'm going to see what that color is. There we go. Let's just copy that color. And it's a hex color, so it has a hashtag. I'll paste that in there. There we go. And as you can see, we've got that little line there. But really, it's starting from right in the middle at our 50% mark there. And I really want it to sort of, the middle of this line really wants to be in the 50% mark. So I've got to use a bit of transform translate for that. And I'll pull it back by 50%, which is half of its length there. So I'm going to say transform, colon translate, open some round brackets, no gap at the end of translate there. And I'm going to say negative 50%. That should pull it back to a central position. Fantastic. Great, now you can see what's going on there. I'm actually going to delete that. Well, I'm not going to delete it. I'm going to give it a width of 0 again, so it'll kind of disappear. There we go, fantastic. Now we know what's going on. We can create our hover state. To do that, I'm going to copy my little class name with the after up here. Control C to copy, we'll drop down. And just after the U line there, or even after the colon, I'm going to put another colon, full colon, and the word hover. No gap between the colon and the hover, and no gap between the next colon and the after. There we can create a hover state. So let's open and close some curly brackets. And all I want to do here is give it a width when we hover over it. I want mine to be about 40%. And remember, it's not the width of the word, it's the width of the column that it's in here. So 40% is going to do me. So I'm going to say width 40%. Then when we hover, as you can see, it's popping in there. But it looks like it's actually just fading in there because it's going from 0 width to 40% width instantly. If I slow that down, you'll actually see it grow from 0 to 40%. And I'm going to use a bit of transition duration for that. Let's put a semicolon there. The reason we put a semicolon after each line, if you don't, it won't read the next line of code, so make sure you put one there. So let's say transition duration, transition dash duration. And let's maybe give it half a second. So let's say 0.5s, 0.5s for half a second. Obviously you make yours as long or as short as you want. Now when I hover over it, you'll see it's growing in like that. From 0 width to 40% width. And there we have it. Let's publish this and we'll go back to our page. And of course you can duplicate this on any other title that you want. So if we go back to our page now, and refresh. When I go over, we've got our little underline effect. And of course, to add this to any other title, just give it that class, and I'll quickly demonstrate if we enable the Visual Builder. Easiest way would be just to clone it because it's already got the class name, but I'll do one from scratch just in case you've got other titles you want to do it with. I'm going to add the new module exactly the same as we did before. I'll use that text module again. And I'm going to say hover effect. I'm going to make it a title. And we'll make it blue and pop it in the middle. We'll do everything that we did on the other one. Semi-bold, uppercase, blue, and we're going to pop it in the middle. And at the moment it's just a regular one. To make it have that little underline, we just need to give it that same class. So we're over to the advanced CSS IDs and classes. Simply put that class name in there, ULine. Save our little changes there. And that's got that little hover effect too. If I exit the Visual Builder, and we go down, there it is. Like I say, that's a nice little effect to have on your site. If you're trying to emphasize something and people are mousing around your site like this, that's going to get their attention pretty quickly. So there you go, guys. There's how to add an animated underline hover effect to your Divi site. This will work with any site as it's pure CSS. So I hope you've enjoyed this today and found it useful. If you have any questions, please pop them below. I'll do my best to answer them. Once again, this has been Jamie from System22 and webdesignandtechtips.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.